Hello, yogis, yoginis. Thank you all for tuning in. Today we have ourselves a nice practice, so we might as well get started. Coming down to the mat and joining me here in a comfortable seat. We'll just be here for a moment to get started. And once you arrive, finding that nice length in the spine with the sit bones rooting down, crown reaching up, we can inhale the shoulders forward and up. Exhale them down and back, allowing them to feel as though they're forever sinking here. With the palms face up or face down, up to you. We'll find a deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Deep inhale and exhale. One more time, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Allowing the breath to return to a natural pattern. And finding another moment or so, just observing it. If you found your eyes closed or gaze soften, you can carefully open them here. From our seated position, we're going to extend the right leg long, rooting down through the bottom of that right leg. The left leg can come somewhere along the inner part of the right leg, maybe high up, maybe a bit lower, but finding a nice tuck here. With an inhale, we'll bring arms up overhead. With the exhale, we'll find a side bend to the right. Now, the outside of the right arm could come to the inside of the right leg as that left arm peels up, opening up through the chest, coming past the left ear. We'll breathe here. Finding that nice length in the left side body in Parivrtta, Janusrisasana. Breathing. And maybe we peel the heart open just a bit more. With your next inhale, rise up, reach up, exhale, hands could come down to the hips. We'll switch sides. Bringing right foot in, extending left leg. Maybe the side's a bit different. It is for me. Might be nice to place a block or blanket if your knee is finding a bit of lift here. And with your next inhale, rise up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Outside of left arm, inside of left leg. Peeling that heart open, lengthening through right side. Rooting down through both legs. And breathing here. With an inhale, rising up through center. Exhale, hands could come to the mat. You can bend that left knee to help spring yourself into a tabletop position. Now once there, as always, we'll have our wrists under shoulders, those knees under hips. Rooting down through the tops of the feet, maybe giving them a little tap like so. Once you feel good with that, finding that nice activeness, top of the feet, through the palms. With an inhale, belly button drops, crown, tailbone lift, cow. Exhale, belly button towards spine, crown, tailbone dropping, cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling to your neutral spine. Finding a moment here. From here, we're going to extend the left leg long behind, finding a nice balance of the hips, and then reach that right arm out in front. Find a few wrist circles, ankle circles. Then with an inhale, find some extension. Exhale, bring knee towards elbow, upper body in cat. One more time, inhale, extending. Exhale, knee towards elbow, upper body cat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right hand, left knee plant. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, extend right leg, left arm. Finding wrist circles, ankle circles. Then inhale, extend. Exhale, knee towards elbow, upper body cat. Inhale, extending. Exhale, knee towards elbow. Inhale, extending. Exhale, left hand, right knee plant. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale through neutral, walk hands slightly forward, tuck toes. Exhale, hips go up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, first downward facing dog. Feeling free to pedal out, shift around. Taking a few moments here, a few breaths. Really feeling this nice connection with the palms and the mat as fingertips spread out. Maybe coming to stillness, sending heels towards the mat. They don't have to touch. Sending that tailbone up and back. Head and chest melting towards the mat. And with an inhale, we'll look between the palms, add a bend to the knees. On the exhale, make your way to the top of the mat in your forward fold. We'll hang out here for several breaths. Feeling free to take a clasp with the elbows, find a little sway. As we allow upper body to hang heavy. Releasing a clasp if you took it, firmly rooting through the feet, slight bend in the knees. On an inhale, we're gonna roll all the way up. Last thing to rise can be the crown of the head, finding Tadasana. Here, rooting down through all corners of the feet, activating through the legs, finding that length in the spine, slight drop of the shoulders, palms facing forward. Finding another moment or so here in Tadasana. Finding activeness even in the stillness. You can find an inhale here. On the exhale, bring hands to heart center. Breathing here, always coming back to the breath, allowing distractions to float away. From here, we'll simply step the right foot back, about 3 feet, 3 or 4 feet, finding heel-to-heel alignments, maybe wider, bit of an angle on that back foot, big bend in the right knee. We'll have our shoulders, chest aiming forward, arms rise up, warrior one. And we'll breathe here. Finding activeness through both legs, knife edge of that left foot. Maybe a slight softening of the shoulders as fingers continue to reach. And keeping breath alive. Staying active with the legs. If you can, keeping arms lifted, we'll inhale to straighten right leg. We'll pivot on the right leg, pivot on the left, and find that warrior one towards the back of your mat. Making sure you have a nice angle on that back foot, finding your alignment once again. Arms can stay lifted, big bend in left knee. Breathing here. Focus, drishti, your gaze right beyond the nose. Coming back to that activeness outside of right leg, outside of right foot. Breathing here. From here, we'll inhale to lengthen left leg. We'll pivot on left foot, finding it parallel with the short edge of your mat. We'll pivot on right foot to find right heel in line with that left arch, maybe lengthening your stance. Arms will come out parallel, warrior two. Check on that left hand to make sure it's nice and aligned, active through that left leg, outer arch, outer edge of your left foot. And our gaze will be on the right fingertips, keeping that nice bend in the right knee, with our head over heart, heart over pelvis here. Sometimes there's a tendency to come forward. We want to stay stacked up nice. Breathing here, maybe a slight drop of the shoulders. Noticing how the arms are doing. They've been up for a little bit now. And with an inhale, lengthening right leg. Pivot on right foot, parallel with the short edge of your mat. Pivot on left, finding heel to arch alignment. Big bend in the left knee, warrior two now. Towards the back of your mat. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Active through the legs. Maybe a slight softening of the shoulders. A few more moments here. Next, inhale, lengthen left leg, pivot left foot, pivot right foot, hands come to heart center, shifting weight into the right, inhaling here, exhale, stepping forward, meeting at the front of your mat, Pranamasana, hands at heart center. Nice tall spine. Few breaths here. Coming to observe the prana, the life energy flowing through the system here. In yoga, we differentiate prana, maya, kosha, our breathing, our energetic body, from our physical body, our mental body, emotional body. These are all separate. Mental, emotional, mano, maya, kosha. Physical, ana, maya, kosha. Different than our breathing, our energetic body. Focusing here on that. Very good. From here, eyes could open if they were closed. We're going to inhale, reach up, look in between the palms. Exhale here. Now maybe on this inhale, we come to rise onto the toes. Maybe that gaze stays lifted and we'll breathe here, lift it up. Finding a balance, even though our 2 feet are on the ground, it's tricky. One more inhale here. Keeping heels lifted, exhale, lowering all the way down into a little toe squat, a little toe stand. Hands could certainly be kickstand here, finding a nice balance. Or maybe the legs are zipped up and we find hands at heart center. Few breaths here. From here, we're going to plant both hands on the right side. Keeping that left hand planted, maybe feeling it connect with the outside of the right leg. We'll inhale that right hand up, coming into a twist. If this just isn't working for you, feeling free to come into a seat and find your twist, however comfortable. Finding one more inhale here. Exhale, we lower right hand. Can inhale through center. Exhale, hands come to the left. This time, keeping that right hand planted, rooting into the left leg. We'll inhale, lifting left arm up. Twisting here, few breaths. Zipping up through the knees, through the legs. Tendency for that right knee to shoot forward and separate from the left. Inhaling here. Exhale, left hand plants. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands could come behind, guiding your way to a seat. Extending legs out long, rooting down through the bottoms of those legs. We'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward wherever the hands land, maybe it's shins, ankles, feet. We'll breathe here. Now our fold here is coming from the hips, and maybe recruiting the help of your exhales to help a slight hinge of the hips. We might not go very far. Just continuing to breathe. Inhale, releasing any clasp, rolling up through the spine. Exhaling here. We'll bring across to the legs. This is where I will leave you. If you'd like to continue your practice, I recommend coming down onto the mat, finding a few moments to invert. Maybe find your savasana. But this is where we will depart. Thank you for practicing today, and thank you for practicing with me.